Good morning, traders. This is Perry Wolke with StartupTrading.com. It is 3 minutes till 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, July 24th. So, looking back at yesterday's session, right, looking at Jack's day frame indicator, right, it was pretty much hit that low, and you got your impulse move parabolic up, and you can see the VIX was confirming, right, ending with new lows on the day there at basically 18. Looking at where we're at, you've got that consolidation. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, uh, 10, 11, and then you had 3 days of you know, do we go? Do we fall back? Just right at that look above and not really do anything. And then yesterday we got the impulse move up in a way. So it'll be interesting to see if this was just like a blow off out of there. So this was yesterday was finally the real look above. Now it's either going to be a look above and go, right, or a look above and fail. But it doesn't mean that we have to fail all the way because as long as this look was, we could just go right back to the look and kind of stagger around there. That would be around 33, 36. That'd be about 50 points down on the ES. Not really that big of a deal. Um, and then as we look at really where we're at, yesterday at on the close, we had what we refer to as salmon run trades on all of the indexes, meaning we had trades go off above the bell high of the day before futures closed at 5 p.m. in that hour, right? And we have got zero traction up in that window. For all the indexes, right, with the exception of the NASDAQ, right? It's still holding above yesterday's bell high, right in that block, which is a pretty decent sized block, right? That block runs from 325 to 418, and then we will see what I'll be watching to see is if, what kind of action we get, right? The gap fill is still above value area high, so that's not much of a retracement. And then really the what I'll be watching to see is this split here at 23,250 basically for the Nasdaq, right? Can it get back below that, or is that really going to be a firm floor for the Nasdaq? And then for the ES, right? Does it get back below 63.85, or is that a firm floor as well? You can see that, and I haven't looked, but it's probably from what I see posted, it's probably Tesla that is, driving the Dow down lower today. Given that little bit of a uh, divergence there in the indexes. Looking at back at yesterday's session, right? We we went up back up to that call wall that was the weekly call wall at 565 for the Qs, right? That we do have room up to 570, which is the long-term call wall. We're currently, trading just under that 565. So there's your buffer. I haven't updated these levels. I'll update them before I send out the grid here this morning. I got them. I just haven't changed them on the plots yet. And then the same thing. We went up to right 630 was the call wall for the SPY, right? We went up to 635 and are kind of having a hard time doing anything above that at that point in time, which makes perfect sense. So consider that your resistance until proven otherwise this morning, and we'll see what happens. I will note that on the cash market, right, the put wall now for the SPX, it was at 6,400 yesterday. It's at 6,500 now. So it's up here near this JPM short call strike at 6,505. So there is room above. But however, if we, just look at the notes this morning on the positioning, right? And I'll put these on the charts. But you've got a zone from on the SPY from, basically from 630 to 636. So you could get another 10 points up there. You've went 4 points or 4/10 of a point up there. So you get one more point up there, which will be about 6 ES handles above the overnight high, right? So the overnight high for the ES is sitting right here at 6406. So another, 6 points. So let's just call it uh, 6412, 6413, right? That would be around where that limit is. And you can see there is, 638, 640. There are levels above there, but you've got to break that zone first, which is a dollar, up over that 635. And then looking at the Q, since most of you trade the Nasdaq, uh, 570 is the call wall for uh, the week, and 568 is the call wall for the day. So that would be, basically three level, right here at 23,004, probably 95 would be that limit up for the day. Uh, if we do get above these overnight highs in the day, that's where you should be, not looking for anything above that today. That would be just short of 23,500. To the downside, what I'm looking at is you've got your supports going all the way down. Again, the Qs are sitting there trading 564, right? So you got 562 half, then you got 560, and then the put wall for the week is 557. So that would be right there at 22,900. So you got basically uh, from let's just call it I'm sorry, 23,000, probably just about 3 points under that. So let's just call it 23,000, and then you've got that look up to 23,500. So that's a 500 point range. That's perfectly within reason, right? So if we do trade, let's just say for some reason we have a flash up this morning, uh, there's a high potential that we could, take out yesterday's lows and then go down towards that bottom of the range for a test this morning just to be that perfect shakeout. Remember, as the institutions go, it doesn't matter if they, buy in the morning and sell sometime of the day to get their day trade in because they do day trade, right? Goldman Sachs is notorious for day trading. So it doesn't matter if they buy first and sell later or if they sell first and buy later, right? So you have to, when we're propped up here with these salmon run trades, you have to think that there's a better than average chance that they could be selling today and buying into the close. Maybe they'll prop it up a little bit more before they start selling, but we'll see where we go. So you got several markers you can watch for today, and I think this is set up for us day traders to be a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll see what Jack's looking at next.